Hey church, Pastor Sarah here, and I am here to welcome and invite you to this Sunday's worship service on Sunday, March 13th. Now, before I tell you anything about what we're talking about, let me remind you, it is daylight savings time. Spring forward. We lose an hour of sleep, so go to bed an hour early and be ready to join us, because we're going to be talking about the second line of the Lord's Prayer, Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Now, we are accustomed to praying that prayer, and those words sound simple, but the more I think about it, the more complicated it can be. I mean, thy will be done. What is it that we can actually know about God's will? Can we understand it? And can we even do it? So as I was thinking about that in my office this week, I came across this book, The Will of God by Wesley. This was given to me by a retired pastor cleaning off his bookshelves, and I hadn't really opened it or looked at it. But as I was struggling with this concept of the will of God this week, I opened it up just to see what it had to say. Reverend Weatherhead has some really wise words for us about the will of God. First of all, he asks us, how do we discern the will of God? I mean, how is it that we even know what God wants to happen? He offers ideas like, well, there's your common sense, there's your conscience, there's conversations with pastors, with leaders and counselors, conversations just with other Christian friends, and of course, there's the opportunity of prayer. Those ideas were really comforting to me, and there's more about this book that I'll share with you in the sermon on Sunday. But he also asks two really provocative questions that have just been rolling around in my head ever since I read them. So I'm going to share these with you and see if they mess with your mind the way that they are with me. Here's the first question. Do I really want to discern God's will? Or do I want to get God's sanction for my own? Oh, wow. If that's not soul-searching. When I pray, God, thy will be done, do I really want to know what that means? Or am I just hoping that God will bless what I was already planning to do? All right, and here's the second question. Have I got the courage to do God's will when I discern it? So the Lord's Prayer may be about comfort, but it sounds like it's also about courage. I invite you to join with me this Sunday as we talk about Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. See you Sunday, church.